In the interview segment, the president of the Miners Association of Nigeria, Alhaji Kabir Mohammed, speaks on the potentials in the nation's solid mineral sector. Thank you very much for joining us on Dateline Abuja.
Thank you.
You are a critical stakeholder in a sector that we often hear has a lot of potential. I mean, whoever you speak with, they tell you solid mineral, as far as Nigeria is concerned, we have huge potentials. Ironically, we have not been able to see any meaningful contribution of this sector to the nation's revenue base. And I've had so many reasons from different quarters. In your perspective, why is this so?
As they all rightly said, not only you, anybody that you meet, they said there is a lot of potentiality in solid minerals in Nigeria, but it has been comatose. It has been left in the dark, in the limbo, for so many obvious reasons. Every government has its own policy of looking at how it will want to rebump its economic potentiality. In the 60s and the late 50s, this same solid minerals was the main key source of revenue for Nigeria. If you could remember Jos, we could remember in Enugu, we have coal, we have all the other minerals that could be used to not only generate power for us, but also used as export to generate revenue. But immediately after oil was discovered in the late 60s and early 70s, the whole face and the mind of the government then was focused to oil. Averagely, we have about 44 types of minerals in this country, which are good enough to generate good revenue for the nation. Revenue and employment.
That brings me to my next question, naturally. You are a member of the federal government's committee on optimizing the revenue from the mineral sector. Now, that's self-explanatory, optimizing revenue.
Yes.
First, let's see where we are in terms of revenue contribution to the base, and then tell me how you intend to go about optimizing these revenues.
Our position now, as far as the revenue base is concerned, the solid mineral sector is on the low base. We are not contributing much, or the sector is not contributing much. So now we have to think of how do we do it. There are many ways of doing it, but because of the neglect and lack of implementation of policies and policing of the policies on ground, those are the things that brought down lack of proper generation of revenue.
So now you're here. How do you intend to proceed?
We want to see where are the areas of failure, if at all we call it failure, or areas of neglect. One, for us to bring up this sector to generate more revenue, we have to collaborate with the Nigerian Customs Service, because that is one of the key critical sector that controls and checks flow of exports. Because most of our products are being taken out of this country and accounted for. Like last year alone, there was a statistics, over $500 million worth of gold was smuggled out of Nigeria, mostly to United Arab Emirates in Dubai. You see, one, there was no royalty collected. Two, there is no exact database to know what Nigeria produces as far as solid minerals are concerned. Secondly, when we go operationally outside, we have to look at how do these things are being explored. When you produce it, how do you take it out? There has to be a control. There has to be a channel through which everything is monitored. You as a miner, you go and mine either gold or tin ore or lead zinc. Let us have a flow of the profile. But it is not there.
Those who are involved in the mining sector,
yes,
I mean, to a large extent, are non-formal miners, let me call it. You call them artisanal miners.
Yes.
And sometimes they're even branded as illegal miners. I don't know how true that is.
Yes.
But then, we also know that the government, through the Bank of Industry, that is, released some fund, mining fund, it's called, about 5 billion naira to this set of miners. Has that made any impact?
It has not, because we have not access to the money.
You haven't accessed?
Yes, this is what my office is fighting for. Why should the federal government, in its magnanimity and focus on diversification of the economy, and looking at this sector as critical in that direction, why would it bring out this money? It's not a promise. The promise is already being fulfilled. The money is in the bank, and it's meant to be disbursed to us. It's not a dash. We're not asking it for a gift. It's not a gift. It's just like a soft loan, so that it will help us to add to our capacity in terms of equipment and working capital.
Did you find out why it hasn't been disbursed?
We have approached these banks the way they are giving us some cumbersome kind of stringent measures before you can access the money. It has kept us for 2 years. Not two people have accessed this money out of the Nigerian miners.
How organized and ready are these stakeholders, you in the Mining Association? Because we know some other sectors where people come together like that under an umbrella, only to access this money and then they disappear.
Thank you so much. The Miners Association of Nigeria has been there since in the 40s. It's not a new organization where people will just sit back and say, "Come, let's form this, go to meet government, give us money." It is as old as the labor industry. It is as old as any other association in this country. So we are not coming together simply because now we want money. No, we are coming together because we have always been there. And thank God you have already said a lot of us have been branded as small scale or artisanal, or even some are being called illegal, which I think is a wrong word to use. Because when you look at some technicalities involved, you'll find that definitely there is not illegal about what they are doing. It's just because of either lack of proper education, formalization, and lack of capital. They have become they do this at a very low level that you just look down on the way they operate.
Rudimentary mining activities.
Yes.
Some also complain that maybe the reasons we're having the challenges we're having in this sector is because it's over-centralized, and so it makes it difficult for people like you to carry out your businesses. If this is true, is there anything your committee is willing to do about this? Do you think it's over-centralized?
Well, I don't think there is anything like over-centralization as far as the mineral sector is concerned. Solid minerals in this country is an exclusive right of the federal government. Just like what we have in the oil. The oil belongs to the government, federal government. It's only that sometimes we have some friction between the laws or the interest of the federal government being the sole owner and the states and local governments where these mines or where these minerals are found. So sometimes there is a clash of interest. And part of our responsibility now in this commission is to see that we synergize, we harmonize, and try and make the states and local governments see reason where we can sit down together, because anything we bring out is for the interest of everybody.
Your colleagues from other parts of the world have these resources and
Yes.
they are willing to come and invest.
Of course.
But then the question I probably should have asked at the beginning of this interview is the database of the solid mineral in the country. You don't have that, so how does anybody even come to invest?
Data is the guide. It's the road through which somebody can sit down and say, okay, Zamfara State has so and so deposit of so and so minerals. Based on this, yes, I'm ready to go and partner and invest with the indigenous people and invest maybe like 500 million, because every day my office receives investors who are willing to come from abroad to come and invest with us. Some have as much as $500 million, $1 billion. They are ready to come and invest. But we have to convince them that yes, that money is worth coming to invest with in this country.
Alhaji Kabir Mohammed, let me share in your optimism and wish you luck as you go about your work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming on the
My
program.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for staying with us. You can be part of the program by sending your views and comments using the email address and Twitter handles on your screen. Also, be sure to share anything happening within your locality with us. You may watch any episode of the program on YouTube. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ibrahim Madra. We'll see you next time.